Hey guys, I just finished watching Solo Leveling episode 2, and I must say this is the quickest I've ever done a full 180. Like, every fucking point I made was flipped on its head by this episode. The voice acting. Like, at first I was like, this sounds, I've heard this voice actor before. Like, I've had it. It's fine. It's good. Is that Aaron's voice actor? I don't know, but he did his thing. He did his thing. The screams, the yelling, all of that shit was right on the money. Like, I was sucked in. I believed everything I was seeing. I believed everything I was hearing. It was, it was great. So I definitely feel like this is the main character death fake out where he's either gonna die in this moment and then have like super duper mega powers after this, or he's just gonna be revived or some shit. Like, who knows? But at the end of the day, it's obviously not the end we're gonna see of this character. I thought the ending was super fucking powerful and strong. I now care about this character. I now even care about his relationship with this girl with the red hair. Like, well, I did at first, but like I do even stronger now because like I saw that she gave her like her last aura to revive this motherfucker, right? So we get this beginning where they're trying to figure out the rules of this little entrapment that they're in. These statues, these godlike statues are in this room where they're all enclosed, and it seems like our main character, whose name I don't know yet. You guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, you already know I'm slow to like pick up and like hold on to names. So this main character guy, he's figuring all this shit out. He's like, well, if you think about it, the commandments say first praise. So everybody get on their knees. Some people do, some people don't. Some people try to run for it, and it's very much human nature. Like, how much can you hold your nerve, right? That's this thing that they say about like animals on Animal Planet, right? So you'll see the fox hunting somewhere nearby, and then you'll see like a group of bunnies, right? Or birds, and there's like a gunman around, and then there's like ducks or birds or whatever. The birds that end up living are the ones that hold their nerve. No matter what, do not panic and fly, right? For a bunny, no matter what, do not panic and run, because once you run, then they know you're there, and then you get chased, and then the likelihood of you dying goes up, right? But if they don't know you're there, they might be walking through the area. A fox, right? Let's just say a fox is walking through the area. They don't know what's there, and then they keep on walking, and then everybody lives. But the instant someone runs, the instant someone, can't hold their nerve, it causes a panic reaction in everybody. It's just like Squid Game, right? The red light, green light game. The instant somebody dies, the first person who dies, it's just human nature. It's just animal instinct. Everyone runs. Well, I'll say it's depending on if you have like a flight, fight, or freeze response, right? In Squid Game with the red light, green light game, everybody with a freeze response ended up living. Because then they got a minute, they were like, holy shit, somebody just died. And their nervous system shut down. So they froze. The people who died are all flight responders. They all died. So it's all about holding your nerve, and it seems like some of the characters were able to do that and listen to the main character, and others, unfortunately, had to run up out of there. So when the first person walked out of the room, I was like, oh, she's dead, right? The girl, the like tan girl, when she ran out of the room, I was like, okay, dead, because he said that the rule was to hold your nerve, basically. Hold your nerve, stay in here, keep your faith. That's it. But it seems like everyone is going to die except him if that was the actual rule. Everybody ran out, and then his healer girl who's obsessed with him also, escaped with the man who carried her out of there. So that just shows me that, okay, they all didn't die. So maybe they get no punishment, and the person who stays gets rewarded with like godlike powers or some shit. we're gonna see. I bet his like rank is gonna go up or something. I do want to say I appreciated the fact that we got to see the mom finally, and we got to see and hear and meet the sister who's in college, who he's like fighting for. One thing I have to like applaud that I loved so much was everybody's final dying moment is like selfish. That's my opinion. It's selfish, right? Like, it's the ugly side. Not everybody's gonna die with a smile, like Lady Gaga would say, right? Not everybody's gonna die with a smile. So I, for one, personally was obsessed. What drew me and gripped me to his character was when he was like, this selfish ass motherfucker talking about, hey, I'm gonna run and leave because I got a family, you know, to get back to. We all have fucking families to get back to. I have a fucking family to get back to. Piece of shit, right? Like, I loved that when he had that moment at the end of the episode between the screams and the like the skin curdling like screams and hollers. Like, that shit was so good. I was like, damn, like, you know, do not judge an anime by its first episode. And I usually give animes like 3 episodes to like win me over or like lose me completely. And this got me episode 2. Like, I'm completely drawn in. I'm obsessed with this main character. I loved that selfish energy at the end. Like, fuck you. You think you're the only fucking person in this place who had a family to get back to? Fuck you. You know, and the guy with the baby and the toddler and the baby on the way, he ended up dying. That was sad as fuck because I surely thought, okay, they took a second to develop him, so surely nothing's gonna happen to him. Surely nothing bad is gonna happen to him. They developed him for 2 seconds, you know? But no, he got split in half. He died. It's crazy. I will say that I also like the leader guy, but the rest of these characters I don't give a fuck about. Like, the tan girl, don't give a fuck about her. Some of the other, like, side bean characters, like, okay, cool. You know, nice concept, I get. But, like, these people aren't developed. I don't give a fuck when they're dying. I only care a little bit when the guy with the baby on the way died. So, it just seems like this is just really some bad luck for these people because there's the commandments, but there was no like set out rules. So they really did need our main character to decipher those so they can fucking live at the end of the day. It was like like a guess and check sort of system. So there was no way to make it out with everybody alive because some people had to die for them to figure out what the rules were. The guy who was running away and then was just left as a pair of legs, hysterical. Now that my man's getting beaten up, thrown up, like speared up, like he's getting his ass beat like crazy. But I do want to know like what the rules are going to end up being. I bet it's going to be some power up situation since he held his faith and since he stayed in the ring. So I guess we'll see next episode. I'm actually really, really, really excited and I cannot wait to watch it. So thanks for the recommendation, guys. Like, obviously Solo Leveling was on the list. It was a little bit lower. But right now, I don't even want to look at the list. It's so daunting. So I saw in the comments somebody say, check out Solo Leveling. And it brought it back to the forefront of my mind. So let me know any more recs you guys want me to watch. I'm definitely super open to watching episodes 1 through 3 of anything. So recommend whatever the fuck you want. Episodes 1 through 3 I'll watch and I'll review here. If I like it, I'll keep it going past 3. If I don't, then I'm done. You'll only get 3 reviews, reactions from me, which reminds me, I'm gonna finish Arcane sometime this week. Well, I'm gonna pick it back up sometime this week, and I'm gonna pick Jujutsu Kaisen back up sometime this week. It feels very daunting, and at some point I think I'm gonna pick what's that shit called with the Tanjiro and shit? Didn't I have a poster somewhere? Whatever that fucking thing with Tanjiro is called. Tanjiro and Nezuko and water bending and... Guys, my brain has not been the same since my health scare. Okay, anyways. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 3 of Solo Leveling.